That was a knee drop. Knee drop is where your leg comes up and it's the same side leg going in that direction. I want to walk it till I stretch his knee pit out, okay? If it's in the thigh, he's got more power there and he's got more leverage. He didn't move himself back, okay? When you're out here, you can walk it and you're able to just control it. You can go box grip, you can get head control this way here, okay? Stretch him out this way here. Most important is that this hand, always make sure you have an underhook as this hand controls the head. From here, you can get box grip this way here, okay? In order to get a good S mount, okay, you really need to turn them to their side and you need to keep your elbow closed because you don't want him to go under your arm, okay? Now, it's not a bad thing, it's just that if he's going under your arm, what I would do is as I turn him, okay, I would go right about here and then I'd cross face him right here as you have a nice, basically, kind of like a head arm triangle, okay? So as we got here, you have like a shallow box grip. Another thing is it's important for me to be pressuring with my hip, okay? Because if I'm too much on my knees, he can easily hip escape and bring a knee in, okay? And now I need to start passing again. That's no good for me, okay? When I'm tilting here, my left elbow is controlling his far hip. So even if he begins to start hipping out, okay? I can begin to readjust and roll, okay? Readjust and roll. As I readjust this, to get a deeper box grip, I'm gonna reach, not for his eyeball, I'm gonna reach down here, okay? As I pick his head up and I begin to turn his head while closing my elbow, okay? From here, typically, they're gonna go with this hand on the outside elbow, okay? This is what I want. Now, watch my right leg. This knee. In order for me to mount, I need to bring my right knee to my left knee. But my left knee is going to go to the hip. It goes 1, 2. So as I step here, okay? So that as I have this arm caught out, I want to keep it caught out. Right here. As my knee drops, my right foot comes up. From here, I can take the arm, he defends that arm, okay? Come under, I have the choke. 1B. Which is the bow and arrow. So another thing that's important, let's say you're playing an open guard here. Let's say, okay? Okay. You can also knee drop this way. But I want to keep this foot stay put in his lower leg as long as I can. Simply because I need to get my back leg through, okay? There's no need to just sit here unless you want to practice pressure and head alignment and all that kind of stuff. From here, and we'll be right about here, okay? If you're going for a box grip here, and I want to kind of see what he's going to do. If he starts moving his hips out, or starts reaching out, see, I want to keep connected with my hip. Notice I'm not like this, because here, you can hip out, and it's no good for me. I have to go, again, repat. But I want to control his hip, so that it's like I'm sprawling, and I have left hip pressure here, as I can get good control here. Because he's probably going to turn on the side here, okay, as I reach here, and begin to pull this way, okay? But I'm still applying pressure, and your toes are important, that they're alive. Feel like this, okay? Literally, he can turn and my feet will slide back. I have no power, okay? All right? I want to be here and be able to drive here so that I always have driving power, okay? From here, I'm going to go turn, and I'm going to take a deep enough step here so I can secure this arm. So hopefully my knee, when it drops, I can go into a nice S mount here. I want my foot out, okay, here for an S mount. Some teach it tucking your foot this way, but it can tear your knee. I know, because I tore my knee this way, because they exploded, went up, and it tore my knee. So here, I always have the opportunity to straighten it out this way. And I always have the opportunity to keep pressure with my knee and my right heel as I'm tilting on it, okay? If you want an arm lock, you go here. Because the second I start stretching him out, he'll probably defend his arm. I know he does that when we roll too, okay? But I want to keep his head here. So you have an arm lock here, okay? Always tension. If both arms are inside, I want you to lock your feet. Not up here, around the shoulder. And I want you to pull with your heel so that your hips engage while this is still creating tension. From here, he doesn't really have much of a defense right here. Okay. As this right here is pushing down towards the mat and it's engaging my hips into his shoulder. I really want to pull his shoulder out. So it's not that I'm pulling his arm, I'm pulling his shoulder with a wedge, which is my hip area here. His left hand here, pulls the elbows together, and then I'm play. Okay. One last time. Make your post grip. The nice thing about this post right here, okay, is I go sternum. If indeed he gets good grips and he breaks your posture, oh, he's going this way. Okay, good. Go on the inside here. I can always slide this up to his throat, okay, which is also a nice way to stand up here, okay. It's just when he spins for your arm, you want to pull that arm out, okay. And here you have a low pass, because I went under. But we'll cover that. Okay. So we have, I call this the kickstand here. And second post. Left hand at the hip, and I'm pushing the hip down because he's gonna wanna ride that hip over my knee right there. I don't want that. I wanna ride it down and wedge it right here. As I slide back, I arch my back, I wanna bow my back. Second I bow it, my left elbow keeps his knee from coming in front. I get the boss grip or head. And I keep slithering through. Okay, here. My hands aren't really committed to the mat. They're just right here. Sorry. I'm just stretching them out and it's not comfortable because the more flat he gets, the more unpleasant it is, right, Phil? Mm-hmm. So here, I'm gonna back step. I'm gonna lock my hip to his hip. He moves around a bit. Okay. Get my boss grip either here, there, pull him, lock my elbow, and I'm gonna turn right here. And I keep pressure as I step. I want that foot out, okay? From here, keep your collar, step over, choking, whatever it is. Most important is that you got past the guard, side control. Let's see what you can do from this now. 1, 2.